Hello and welcome on this video about installation of prerequisite for HOPEX. We are going to see on this video the installation prerequisite for HAS Server. Please make sure before you proceed that you have access to the documentation of HOPEX for the technological stack as well as for the installation. You will find there useful information about where to find the prerequisite and how to install them. In this video, we are going to cover the application layer prerequisites with the .NET Core, .NET Frameworks, and Microsoft C++ prerequisite, as well as the SQL Server connector for the database, and setting up the SMB file system options. For the other prerequisite, please watch the appropriate videos. Remember, those prerequisites need to be installed on what behave as the HAS server. Depending on your pattern of infrastructure, it may need to be installed on one or several servers. Let's go to the server for the installation of the prerequisites. We are now on the server and we are going to install the prerequisites. We are on the server, Windows Server 2016. We are not compatible with Windows Server 2012 anymore. Make sure you have enough CPU and RAM to be able to host the HAS and HOPEX deployments. We're going to download the prerequisite here. So I'm going to launch my web browser. And I'm going to download the .NET Core 3.1 is one of the prerequisites. I will take the latest Windows hosting bundle. Be careful to take the hosting bundle here. I will get back again on this page. If you are in a production server, the hosting bundle is needed. If you are in a development server and you want to do some customization of HAS that you will later publish to the production, you will also need to download the SDK. So I'm going to download the 64 SDK. This server will be used at a later stage also for development. You will need also to download the .NET Framework 4.8. So take the runtime of .NET Framework 4.8. You will also need to download the C++ redistributable 2015-2019. Be careful to take 2015 to 2019, and not only 2015. So this is really what you need to take. And you're going to take the 64 release. In some situation, you may need also 32. So in my video, I'm going to download both. As you saw in the video, we also need a Microsoft ODBC driver 17 for SQL Server. So this is what I'm going to download as well. And I'm going to download the component. When you select the component and the prerequisite, make sure you always take the 64-byte edition of the prerequisites. You can launch the setup for those prerequisites in any order. There is no importance. So I'm going to start with the .NET Hosting 3.1. At the end of the installation of the prerequisite, you will need to restart the server. The installation is done for the .NET Core. I'm going to install the SDK. Once again, the SDK is only needed if you are installing the server for development. If it is a production or pre-production, you do not need to install these components. Installing the prerequisite is rather easy. You just need to press next. There is no options or additional settings that you need to do. The installation is done. I'm going to install the different components of the C++ redistributable. In that example, I'm installing the 32 edition and the 64 edition, but for run, the 64 is needed only. Installing 4.8 as well. The installation of .NET is now 4.8 is over. It may take a lot of time in this video. I did cut the time, but don't worry if it takes 4 or 5 minutes. If you are prompted to restart, I recommend that you actually restart and continue the next step of installation. So I will, in this video, restart. The restart is now done. I will now be able to continue with the installation of the prerequisites, and I will install the Microsoft ODBC driver prerequisites. In such a deployment, the folder of the environment might be shared. So we need to enable as well the ability for the server to communicate through a protocol with SMP protocol to access the shared folder. So we're going to enable that in the manager of the server manager. Because we are on Windows Server, we use the Windows Server Manager. If you are under Windows 10, you just go into Control Panel, turn on Windows Feature on and on, and you will access the same type of feature. Here, I'm going to add role and features. And I'm going to ensure the file and storage services is installed. And more importantly, I'm going to ensure the SMB protocol is enabled, which is the case on my server here. So I have everything I need to proceed for the installation. So I will just cancel the steps because I have nothing to install, everything is already there. The default features that is turned on by Windows may depend on your installation of Windows. All the prerequisites for the HS server are installed. We are good to proceed with the installation of the HS server. Thank you for watching this video.